Hey everyone, welcome to episode 12 of my AutoAudiography. This week we're going to be taking a look at an album that means a lot to me. EitherOr by Elliott Smith. Okay, so EitherOr, fantastic record by Elliott Smith, who is quite possibly my favorite singer-songwriter of all time. I came across Elliott Smith very late in life and in his life. Most people probably came to know Elliott Smith through the Good Will Hunting soundtrack, the song Miss Misery. He got nominated for a Grammy Award for that song, which actually came between this album and XO. As far as that track, it's not on any of his records. It's just on the Good Will Hunting soundtrack, which is unavailable on vinyl as far as I know. But every other Elliott Smith album I own, up until this new one, the soundtrack to Heaven Adores You, which I've only seen for like $36, so I'm kind of holding off on that one. But anyway, so yeah, he came to notoriety through that track, Miss Misery. I want to say something like 96, I think. But at that time in my life, I was into punk rock really heavy. So anything acoustic just didn't measure on my radar. So I didn't really grasp it then. Cut to 2000, maybe 2001, to the first time I saw the movie Royal Tenenbaums, which had a song on it called Needle in the Hay, which is on this album, which is Elliott Smith's self-titled album. The song, like I said, Needle in the Hay, played in that film at a point where Luke Wilson attempted suicide. And at that point in my life, my depression, my mood swings had really started to take a hold. I get these very intense waves of depression every once in a while. No reason or for it at all. So that song hit me real hard. And they can be found on this album. But the first CD of his that I picked up was EitherOr. I think I went to like FYE or something, or probably FYE, and searched for Elliott Smith, and this was the first one I found, and it just took a hold. He writes these beautifully torturous songs. Now, you can label him as like a folk artist. I don't like to, just because he doesn't have like the folk artist attitude. Really, he's, if you want to box him into a genre, I'd say he's acoustic alternative. He had previously a band called Heat Miser that he was in. I really like that band a lot. I'm trying to remember the name of the album, but there's a song called Half Right that he did with Heat Miser that Jimmy Eat World covered and kind of made a little bit more popular than it was previously. But his solo stuff has a similar feel to Half Right. It's hard to say. Really, his entire catalog I can listen to, and I love every single song. It's just at those times when I feel like everything just seems to be getting to be too much, I can put this album on and just kind of zone out for a little while, and deal with what I have going on in my head. It's emotionally heavy, but very calm album. So I have a playlist of songs that I want played at my funeral. It's quite extensive, and there's only one album that I want played all the way through in its entirety at that time of my death, and that's this album. It's really hard to put into words what this album means to me. I'm realizing this now as I'm trying to talk about it and trying to give you interesting tidbits of my life that deal with this album, but I can't. It's kind of... This album is kind of like a Band-Aid for my depression, I guess. When it hits, I just slap it on and try to forget about everything. Yeah, I don't really know how else to explain it. It's just a really good album to escape to. And like I said, it's not like these songs are depressing. It's not like, you know, they have hidden meanings, like depressing meanings to them. It's just the feel for the album as a whole that I get when I listen to it. I can't pick out... here's the back cover. I can't pick out like a favorite song off of this album. They're all just really, really good. Inside is a lyric sheet. And the album itself is just black. But it's just... It's good. I've tried in the past to get inspiration from Elliott Smith. I suppose being a solo musician with an acoustic guitar, I guess you can say that I have pulled inspiration from him. But he's just so good at what he does, at making these songs that just are so important on a different level. God, I sound like an idiot. It's I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just insanely important and beautiful in its melancholy. For me, at least. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it. I'm just rambling and sounding like an idiot. But if you haven't heard of Elliott Smith, I urge you to go check him out. He's fantastic. He was fantastic, sorry. I believe it was 2000 that he reportedly killed himself. I guess there's controversy there. But he was found in his kitchen with a knife sticking out of his chest that was supposedly self-inflicted. So, there's that. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. See you later.